Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're back over on our YouTube account and we are looking at the final King's Tower. That is right guys, the Infernal Fortress. Now overall guys, when you start getting to 2 levels in this, gets a lot more sketchy to get these combinations down. You can see we have 57 of 60. I'm loving this. We have been saving and we're saving Olgath to be able to actually push this tower because of course when we get the trial version of him for 3 days, he is going to be fully built, guys. So again, I was kind of waiting to cap this out. But looking at our towers, now within here, guys, there's really one hero that drives the tower, which is Lucretia. Building her out early game, especially when you're going through the campaign stages, she will be a driving force, guys. She's used in the Infernal Fortress. We use her in the campaign for a team pretty much all the time. She also does and is very relevant within the PvP aspect, the Treasure Scramble, the Cursed Realm, the Twisted Realm. She still has an incredible amount of utility within here. Now, when it gets a little bit more difficult, guys, is when you get to your second team. So for a majority of players, they will not have Knisa and Rook. Majority of players will not have Frampton, which means this is kind of the core team because if you're getting into multiple stages, if you're getting further in the game, this is really one of the meta teams that we still see within the formation. So again, as a newer player, this is where it does get incredibly dicey when it comes to making 2 teams. Hopefully at that point you do have another hero out. Now ultimately guys, with Frampton, as much as I like Frampton, he is not a huge hero, not a huge priority to really build anymore. He keeps showing up less and less in formations. Cursed Realm the same, while we still see Knisa and Rook in a lot of the formations. Now, big thing, of course, guys, with Knisa and Rook, before we get into the breakdown of the heroes, big thing with Knisa and Rook is the 9 of 9 furniture, guys, which we do not have at this point, but you want to build out Knisa and Rook to the 9 of 9 furniture, and we'll go through the heroes, and I'll show you exactly why, guys, kind of going through. Now, Lucretia, ultimately, you want to build her to 1 star. You want to get the furniture on her. You want to do the 60 engraving. You can even go a little bit higher than that 60 engraving, but that is really the point, guys. She is a solo monster, and again, a lot of formation. She can win the formations all by herself. She does have to be built out, guys. Plus 30 signature item on her is huge. This is what gives her the attack rating boost. So even if you run 4 other level 1 heroes in here, Lucretia will boost her damage through the roof and then just absolutely dominate the other teams, guys, making her a really big priority. Now, the Awakened version of Aziz, you only need 1 copy. 1 copy, only 1 copy, never build them out how I have here, guys. We skipped Taylene to build out Aziz. Huge mistake looking back now. I thought he looked awesome, was a mage, had a lot of utility. He is not used anywhere. And he is actually pretty detrimental if you're running the Awakened version of Aziz with Lucretia, because a majority of the time, this Awakened version of Aziz does not die. Lucretia's trigger is when a hero dies. So you want to make sure, guys, again, that you're not building out this Awakened version of Aziz. Not worth it by any means. Now, Zorath, on the other hand, is a hero you absolutely want to build out, and you want to have his furniture, guys. Now, Zorath is a hero. When you get to the furniture, 3 of 9 furniture is a huge priority. But he is also a hero that puts out an incredible amount of damage if he is built. When you get the signature item higher, when you start doing the engraving, he can hit a couple billion damage pretty easy, which is the reason why we do build him out and why he is kind of built to where he is. If you want him to fundamentally work, again, 3 of 9 furniture. If you want him to have the utility and the survivability, build him out even further. Same with Frampton, guys. 30960 with Frampton if you're building him out. Again, if you're a newer player and you don't have Frampton, or if you haven't started building out Frampton, I would completely pass on him. There's substitutes in there. There's a couple different heroes, including Anasa, that you can kind of sub. He requires such a high investment for kind of the lower utility that we're seeing with him. Again, I would kind of pass if I was an earlier player. Knisa and Rook. Now, we're seeing Knisa and Rook with a lot of utility in different game modes. The Cursed Realm, the Twisted, or the Treasure Scramble, also seeing some comps that they can kind of, Knisa and Rook can kind of run within the Infernal Fortress solo. It's pretty cool to see. Like I had said earlier, guys, the 9 of 9 furniture right here is huge. This actually melts the enemy's energy. As you can see, reduces the target's energy by 160 points. So with this energy reduction, when he starts grouping heroes together, this energy reduction is massive, guys, because the heroes can't ult. That is one of the reasons why, especially again in the PvP treasure scramble aspect, this 9 of 9 furniture is a game changer when it comes to Kinesis and Rook, and we're hopefully going to be building out tomorrow. Now, Valoris, same boat as Frampton, guys. Valoris, I don't use her anywhere short of the tower anymore because of the very high investment that is required to build her out and actually have her utility. If I haven't built her out or haven't started building her out at this point, I wouldn't build her out. I wouldn't even move forward with building her out anymore. Now, in the other aspect, guys, Khazard plus 30 signature item is all that he needs. This reduces all the enemies dissolved by 60 points, allowing crowd control to last a lot longer. Now, we see Khazard in Leonardo da Vinci and Raku comps. We see him in the Charizard with Mahira. We see Khazard in a lot of different formations. He's also showed up in some Cursed Realm comps. So definitely a hero that you only need at Mythic for the utility, guys. Even if the hero dies, not going to make a difference because you'll still have the dissolve points, meaning you don't really have to build him out too much. Now, looking at Mahira, Mahira is another hero, guys. You don't have to build her out a lot. Fundamentally, if you have one single copy of Mahira, the ultimate ability, the Mesmerize effect, will work in its full utility. Now, she is, again, part of the Charizard. She is also the second comp that you're going to be running within the Infernal Fortress. So you'll have Lucretia on one side, and then you'll have Mahira on the other, is usually what you see running in this formations. Again, doesn't have to be built out very high, but if you do build her out much higher, you'll be kind of combating some of the utility issues or some of the survivability issues that we see with this hero. Utility-wise, she will work incredibly well. Now, Aziz, we have started seeing him in a lot more formations. The original version of Aziz. Now, of course, a couple things, guys. He has crowd control. He can also cancel ultimate abilities, which is the primary use that he is being used for, and also degrading the attack rating of enemies, allowing you to really scale in different game modes when enraged timers do come into play. His ground burn is huge, again, when it comes to building them out. And then Mortis, again, another hero, plus 20 signature item is really the only thing that you need on him, period. Don't need the engraving, don't need the furniture. Again, as you're progressing further on AFK Arena, is it good to build out? Yes. Is he far down the hero priority list? Absolutely, guys. Not really, again, a big reason to build him out. Now, looking at a couple other heroes that I forgot, and I usually do forget, guys. Number one, Leofric. A lot of players have talked about Leofric and how I forgot him in my last video. I think it was the summoning video we did. Leofric isn't used for anything. I don't know anywhere that he's used. A lot of players that had built him once upon a time. Again, being a support hero, not really much utility at all. Same with Zekas. He was used within the Abyssal Expedition as a solo hero. But again, building out one specific hero to be a solo hero, not really worth it in formations, not even seeing him within the Infernal Fortress. And then, of course, the final one, guys, Mizoth the Meatball. He was a really solid tank, still does have some utility, but not used anywhere short of the Fortress. Again, the utility aspect of him really comes with the crowd control that he provides. He, again, was a pretty solid tank once upon a time, but now, similar to a lot of the Hypogean heroes that we see nowadays, you can see not really used for anything. Requires a very high investment to get the survivability out of them. So again, Zekas, Leofric, and also Mizoth, not really a lot of utility within those heroes. Now, we're going to have to see exactly where our Olgath lands. Really on the fence with him, guys. Again, wait about 7 to 10 days after the release, see where he's used, see where we're seeing him in comps. Now, overall, guys, damage, I believe Cursed Realm, he is going to be in some Cursed Realm comps, but it is yet to be seen. So overall, guys, looking at the heroes right here, Lucretia is one team, the Charizard, so Mahira and Khazard is really your second team. The rest of the heroes in here will essentially become fillers, depending on who you have built, depending where you have built. But fundamentally, Lucretia one team, followed by Mahira in that second team. All right, guys, so that'll do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.